Well, this is going to be fucking offensive. Hello everybody and welcome to Working Title Productions. My name's Ben, his name is Ed, and today we have another review for you, and today it is the Sausage Party review, and oh my goodness gracious me, Ed.
I look super white in this shot.
I mean, we both look kind of white. We look kind of holy.
Which I don't feel after watching this movie.
No.
I feel almost a little violated.
It definitely pushes the boundaries of what is... Actually, it doesn't really push boundaries too much, but it certainly isn't afraid of boundaries either. This is a film, like, straight up, it's worth noting this now. We won't waste your...
reviewing?
Yeah, I said what we were reviewing.
Oh,
I
okay,
said Sausage
cool.
Party. Won't waste any time, because if you have a light stomach, if you are offended easily, if you are someone who is all about political correctness, if you are someone who is all about making sure that everyone's feelings remain intact, don't watch this movie. You will hate it.
I actually didn't think it was that bad in that regard. Like, obviously, it shows a lot of, like, really vulgar things, but, like, that's not so much an issue of political correctness as it is just, like, showing adult stuff for the sake of showing adult stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't, like... I don't think it was as concerned with that sort of stuff as it was with other stuff. But,
And, as a society that glorifies food, we love our food. Right, we do everything to make food as tasty as we possibly can. This is a film that totally inverts that. And just, like, it tells a story from food if it was sentient and alive. And it's like it already was alive, we just can't see it as human beings. And that we traumatize and horrify these bits of food. And it's kind of a dumb premise, like, when you think about it.
But it also works. Like, some
well.
of the movie's best moments is when it is, like, really just, like, going all in with, like, this, like, body horror
Yeah,
sort
absolutely.
of stuff. Like when the... and parts of it are really well shot as well, which is insane. Like, the scene with the flower at the very, very start.
Yep, absolutely.
Is actually, like, it's, like, a real throwback to, like...
You do see it in the trailer, by the way. This is not a spoiler. We'll keep the spoiler for you, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Add to like action movie tropes almost, and it's really cool. And then, like, you've got, like, cans of spaghetti, like, it looks like it's like its guts and stuff. It's falling. Oh, it's really funny. It's
absolutely clever. Yes, worth noting. You say some of the shots were surprisingly well done. That's because one of the directors is Greg Tiernan, and Greg Tiernan has directed Thomas the Tank Engine specials. That was very impressive for me. I was very happy to see that now. I was not expecting to see that now. I was like, Greg Tiernan, what? What are you doing in this movie? It's definitely a crazy, crazy, crazy movie. Don't be fooled by the fact that it's an animated film. This is not for children of any age. It's rated R in America, isn't it?
Yeah.
We only got an MA rating here because we're Australia and we don't give a shit.
There is no MA rating in America. That's
right. So you've got to be 18 to watch it in the States. You've got to be 15 to watch it here. I've got no idea what age you have to be everywhere else. Mm-hmm. One of those two ages, most likely. It's fine. This definitely isn't a movie for kids.
Anyway, like, I don't know why you'd be letting 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds into this movie. I wouldn't be letting 15 or 16-year-olds into this movie. I would have been shocked if I had seen that final sequence as a kid.
Maybe. Some of them...
Or as a 16-year-old.
Definitely won't grasp some of the...
more finer points of the adult situations
of
in this
which
movie.
There are a few. There are very few finer points in this movie, but they exist, to the movie's credit. Look, this movie goes totally above and beyond what would normally be socially acceptable. Like, the symbolism for society, sexual acceptance, and our own reason for existing, it's very on the nose.
Hold on. Let me run down the socioeconomic issues that it outlines, or the political issues.
You go for it.
First and most clear one, religion. Mm-hmm. Lots of
very
religious
obviously.
Imagery and that sort of thing. It's very interesting. Homosexuality and just sexual freedom.
Yep.
Racism.
Yeah, to a point.
Colonization.
Absolutely.
Now I'm struggling.
There's a lot. I can't.
drug use.
I
I don't know.
can't think of any more. But like the fact that all 4 of those are in the movie says a lot.
Yeah.
This is a
It's not X-Men, but it's still there.
It's not subtle at all. There is no subtle subtext to this. This is very in your face, trying to throw you a message about the role of religion on society and how that's kind of become corrupted. It's
and
about
just society norms in general.
Yeah.
Just like how they work. Like, but and Ben's right. It's not subtle at all. Like a character is introduced kind of early on who just very much represents like the whole like theme of sexual freedom. Like as soon as he's introduced, you're kind of like, oh, okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah.
And it goes there really far.
Absolutely. It's also worth noting that there is another character within the movie that's introduced and has no point. They don't even need to be there.
Yeah, who I suppose is technically the villain.
Oh, we will say no more because we don't want to give away too much. But there is certainly.
But if he is the villain, the villain's bad.
Yeah, the character doesn't need to be in the movie. So like, you got to make your critical points where critical points are valid. But we're not just going to praise the movie out and out. That character didn't need to be there.
But the running joke was cool.
The running joke
was very cool. Like he would accidentally make food puns and the food would pop up and be like, "What?" And then he would tell the food to go away. It was very funny.
For fear of giving too much away, I feel like we should leave that there.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, it's worth. Okay, I just wanted to bring that up because that is a fault that the movie has. Another fault that the film has, I suppose. Sometimes it maybe goes just a little too far with the sexual humor. Like, there were times where I was flat out grossed out in this movie. That said, I was also drinking so much Coca-Cola, it's not even funny. Like, the cup I had was way too big. It makes this cup look tiny. So maybe that had something
relevant?
Well, I'm just saying, maybe that had something to do with me being sick. But that humor, like...
Are we talking about the final sequence?
Yes.
Just some of the things in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty full on. Like, put it this way, if they had shot the final sequence in live action, it wouldn't be in cinemas.
It would be like, XXX, straight to DVD, find it in the back alley only.
But yeah, ultimately the movie's like really, really funny. Like it's Seth Rogen and just those guys just doing what they do best.
Absolutely.
And it's witty and it's funny and Kirsten Wiig's good in it. She voices the bun.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Yeah, there you go, right?
Surprise, surprise, Edward Norton's in this movie as well.
Lots of cool fourth wall breaks.
Actually, this is the movie that made me realise how biased I am towards Ed Norton. Like, I didn't think his character was particularly special until I found out it was played by Edward Norton at the end. I'm like, wow, that's so amazing that Edward Norton did that voice. He sounds so different. I didn't even realise it was Ed Norton. Then I stopped and was like, hang on. I didn't like the character that much before. Like, he does a good job. He's not that interesting. I just wanted to throw that out there, you know. Don't be biased towards particular actors. That's especially because Seth Rogen and Jonah Hill was in the movie.
James Franco.
Yeah, that group of guys. Michael Cera's in this as well. They're kind of hit and miss. Not all of their concepts work. This works. This is definitely a hit. Obviously, there are some people who will never like any of their films because they just don't like the way these guys can be a little insensitive sometimes. Very insensitive sometimes. But if you can't handle that, then this is absolutely one of the funniest films you will see all year. It's just downright hilarious. I don't have too much more to say about it. I want to keep this spoiler free. I want people to go and see the movie. I want them to go and enjoy the movie. There are jokes in this movie which will probably get spoiled, so I'd say see it sooner rather than later if you can. It's not like one of the greatest movies you'll ever see, but it's just so funny. You sit in the theater and you have a good time and you laugh. The more people you see it with, the more fun it's going to be.
Yeah, our cinema was really empty, but the people who were there were really into it, so it was great. Yeah,
we were all like quietly chuckling the whole time. I feel like if it had been a big theater,
I was crying with laughter in one certain part.
Oh yeah,
you know the part I'm talking about. Oh, because I thought it was going to happen, and then it did, but not in the way I was expecting.
It's crazy.
It was brilliant. Great stuff.
Yeah. So, I suppose we should rate the movies.
Probably.
Not that I'm a huge fan of the rating system. Wow, this is really tough.
It's like a 7.5.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Nearing to it. Poking its way towards an 8.
It is poking... It is definitely poking its way towards an 8, but it's not quite there. It's a 7.5. Just because it is very on the nose. It's clever, but it's not particularly intelligent. This isn't some artsy film. That said, it sets out to do everything that it wants to do, and it exceeds at that. And for that reason alone, I feel like it's worth watching in theaters. It's hilarious. It's a great time. Ed, you agree?
Yeah, sure. Maybe we should introduce a rating system like that, like watching theaters.
We should.
Rent it.
Because I hate the rating system out of 10. We should do a separate video on ratings and how they're pointless. So, yeah, that's pretty much all we've got to say on the movie. We had a hilarious time in the cinema watching it. You should definitely see it sooner if you can. Get people together. Watch it in a big group. That is the way to watch this movie. Prepare yourself, though, because it is not for the sensitive type. You definitely have to be ready to watch this movie. It is rated... Well, MA here, R in America, it's rated on the highest scale for a reason, and you should definitely be prepared for that. We both gave it a 7.5 out of 10, even though we hate the rating system. Go watch the movie. That's all we're trying to say. This was a short, simple review today, because this is a very simple and to-the-point movie, but it exceeds at that so well. I had such a great time with this movie. It's the funniest movie I've seen this year. Yeah, and with that, it's pretty much all.
And that's saying something, because Deadpool came out this year as well.
It did. It is funnier than Deadpool. Oh.
Ooh.
It's funnier than Deadpool. Deadpool has more happening.
Just.
Deadpool is more badass.
It's barely more
and
funny.
More fun and way better action.
But what about Central Intelligence, Ben?
Central Intelligence was very funny.
And what about Ghostbusters, Ben?
Close.
We love that movie.
I didn't dislike Ghostbusters.
I disliked Ghostbusters.
Yeah, fair enough. Alright, that's all
I'm ruining your outro now.
It's fine.
Just destroying
It's fine. They get great context for it.
Both.
That's all we have to say today, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Click that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like we've got here. You can also like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/working title YouTube. Tweet Ed. He's at Edward Nowak. All one word, I believe. Absolutely. And I'm at BenjWaters01, all one word, all lowercase as well. You're all lowercase?
Yeah, you do know Twitter handles can only be one word.
You can have the spaces and things. Put the banner up. Just put the banner up. Anyway, that's all we've got to say. If you've seen the movie, comment below. Let us know what you thought. If you haven't seen the movie, probably don't look in the comment section. Not that we get a lot of commenters, but just in case, thought I'd leave that out there for you. Thank you so much for watching, guys, especially considering how much we went off topic in such a short video. Until next time, have a good one.